Welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth and this is Beth's Bookish Reviews, and I'm here today to do a book haul. I have some from Better World Books, I have some from Amazon, and then last I have my book of the month. So right now I have my Better World Books sitting on my desk, and then I have a couple of books I got from Amazon in the past week or so. So I'm gonna turn around and put my book of the month books that I just got in today on my desk so that I don't have to do that in a minute. Okay, so starting with the Better World Books, I didn't order this one. They just kind of slipped it in, and I'm not sure why, but they sent Henrik Ibsen's A Doll's House, and it's a play that I know nothing about, but it says the central character of Nora Ibsen epitomized the human struggle against the humiliating contrast of social conformity. Nora's ultimate rejection of a smothering marriage and life in a doll's house shocked theatergoers of the late 1800s and opened new horizons for playwrights and their audiences. So, I mean, it sounds great, but I didn't order it, but thank you, Better World Books, for sending it to me. The next couple that I have, well, let me move these around. Let me show those last. Those are my favorites, obviously. Okay, so the next one I have is The Most Beautiful Girl in Cuba by Chanel Clayton. I think that's how you say her name. And this one says, a feud rages in Gilded Age New York City between newspaper tycoons William Randolph Hearst and Joseph Pulitzer. When Grace Harrington lands a job at Hearst's newspaper in 1896, she is caught in a cutthroat world where one scoop can make or break your career. But it is a story emerging from Cuba that changes her life. Unjustly imprisoned in a notorious jail for women in Havana, 18-year-old Evangelina Cisneros dreams of a Cuba free from Spanish oppression. When Hearst learns of her plight and splashes her image on the front page of his paper, proclaiming her the most beautiful girl in Cuba, she becomes a rallying cry for American intervention in the battle for Cuban independence. So, I've heard a couple people who have read this, and I never heard if they liked it or not. I just saw it on their TBR. But Marie Benedict, who is one of my top readers, hey, he was scratching his ear. I'm afraid he's gonna hurt himself because when he does that, he usually yelps. Anyway, I've read a couple of books that she has helped write, and then a couple books that she's wrote herself. But she says it's a powerful page turner, so yes. Anyway. And it was a Reese Witherspoon book club pick. So, looks brand new. The next one I got from Better World Books was Raven Black, which is an Anne Cleves, who wrote I believe she wrote the Vera series. Well, I say Vera series, but it's the series that Vera, the TV show, comes from. But this one is Raven Black begins on New Year's Eve with a lonely outcast named Magnus Tate, who stays home waiting for visitors who never come. But the next morning, the body of a murdered teenage girl is discovered nearby, and suspicion falls on Magnus. Inspector Jimmy Perez enters an investigative maze that leads deeper into the past of the Shetland Islands than anyone wants to go. So, I have read the first one of the Vera. It's not called the Vera series, but whatever that series is, I have read it, and it is good. And I love Vera, but I thought I'd try something different, and I will be going back to Vera. But anyway, now is my Louise Penny. I got Glass Houses, and this was a used, this is obviously they're used, but this was a library copy, and I'm not sure which one this is in the series, but I don't want to tell you about it because I'll give something away. But anyway, in this series, Armand Gamache and Inspector Beauvais, I don't know, John Gee, often go to Three Pines to solve mysteries. And so anyway, yes, and he becomes very close to a lot of the people in Three Pines. So, and then I got The Madness of Crowds, which is from the same series. I've read that one. That was the first one I read, and then realized it was a series. And then I also got A Better Man. I'm just trying to get the whole series. I love these books. I love this series. There is some language in it, but the characters are so well developed, and her writing is so incredible. And look at these books. They're incredible. They're brand new. The spine hasn't even been broke. Wonderful floppy paperback. Well, you can't tell this one's floppy, but they're wonderful floppy paperbacks. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, that was all of my, let me show you. I had another one that I had ordered. I can't even remember which one it was. But I guess somebody else ordered it too at the same time, and they got it and I didn't. But here is my Better World Books haul with my extra little freebie. They refunded my money for the book that I didn't get. Okay, now my Amazon. So I'm going to show you this one because this one wasn't, well, they were all kind of, I'm still missing one. Okay, I saw this one on Sue Jackson's channel, and you've probably seen it in another video already, but in fact, you probably saw it on my Big Book Summer Challenge, but I wanted to show it on this one too. But I got Rooms for Vanishing by Stuart Nadir, and it says, a prismatic, mind-bending epic about a family splintered into different worlds. I don't need that in there. All right, I'll hold it up so you can see. Everyone had been survived into different futures, and I would never see any of them again. I could sense this. I would hear them in their separate rooms, within their separate lives, but I would not be able to cross over to meet them. In Rooms for Vanishing, the violence of war has fractured the universe for the Altermans, a Jewish family from Vienna. Moving across decades and across the world, the novel finds the Altermans alone in their separate futures, haunted by the loss of their loved ones, each certain that they are the family's sole survivor. So there's Sonia, who's the daughter, has gone in search of her husband, who's disappeared in London. Fania, the mother, is comforted with her doppelganger in the basement of a Montreal, is confronted, not comforted, of a Montreal hotel. Moses, the son, is followed by the ghost of his best friend, and Arnold, the father, dares to believe that his long-lost daughter might be alive after he receives a message from an Englishwoman claiming to be her. So, I'm really excited about this one. Yes. Okay, there's that one. Then I got what I hope is the second in the Naturals series, Killer Instinct. I'm really hoping. So this is kind of like a YA Criminal Minds. And I would not be reading this for Big Book Summer. But this is by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I did love the first one. So I'm excited to get back into this series. So it says, when a killer plays mind games, winning is a matter of life and death. Then I got this one, and I'm not really sure about it, but I will tell you about it. And I can't remember whose channel I saw it on. I watched a lot of videos this last couple weeks, this last week or two, yeah, on TBRs. And it's Things Fall Apart, and I'll let you see the name of the author, Chinua Achebe. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. They're gonna bark. It's trash day, so the garbage people just picked up the trash. Sorry. It says, Things Fall Apart is the first of 3 novels in Chinua Achebe's, I'm not sure if that's how you say his name, and I apologize, critically acclaimed African trilogy. It is a classic narrative about Africa's cataclysmic encounter with Europe as it establishes a colonial presence on the continent. Told through the fictional experiences of Okinawa, a wealthy and fearless Igbo warrior of Umofio, in the late 1800s, Things Fall Apart explores one man's futile resistance to the devaluing of his Igbo traditions by British political and religious forces, and his despair as his community capitulates to the powerful new order. So I wanted to get the first one because we talk about, in ancient history, we talk about the Igbo people. And I know this isn't ancient history, but it's just nice to have other things to say, you know, because sometimes they will ask about them and they think they just kind of are there and then not there. You know, they think they die off or whatever. But knowing that in the 1800s, there were still Igbo warriors, and I can tell them that. So now I ordered the first one in this series, and there's still another one that I have left to get, but I haven't ordered it yet. And the other one is supposed to be in the next day or But I'm going to show you 2 and 3, I think. But anyway, I've got, and this is a series that Jenna from Books Love Jenna likes, and I think she actually loves. And it's Ellen Hilderbrand's Winter Street series, I guess is the name of the, Winter Street novels. Winter Stroll is the one I have, and Winter Storms, and I also have Winter Street on its way to me, and I just need Winter Solstice. But it's Christmas on Nantucket. So I don't want to tell you what they're about because I really don't know. I'm just taking her word for it that they're really good. And I think she reads them. She's read them a couple times at least. And Booklist said they're addictively readable, a slice of holiday life from a master of domestic fiction. And then this one says the queen of romance novel is on the top of her game. So, okay. So, there are my Amazon haul. There is my Amazon haul. Hauls, actually, because these 2 came in together. This one come in, then this one. Well, this one might come in first, and then this one. Now we have my book of the month. As always, they gave me, I have to open it immediately and give Smitty his box. He won't leave me alone. I mean, he almost attacks my husband when he brings it in, trying to get the box, but I don't know if he did today. But it comes with a bookmark, and this one says, "Hi, I'm Mark." Spoiler alert if you have not gotten yours. I guess I should have said that before. I chose, for my book of the month, I chose Julie Clark's The Ghost Writer. It says, June 1975. The Taylor family shatters in a single night when 2 teenage siblings are found dead in their own home. The only surviving sibling, Vincent, never shakes the whispers and accusations that he was the one who killed them. Decades later, the legend only grows as his career as a horror writer skyrockets. Ghostwriter Olivia Dumont has spent her entire professional life hiding the fact that she is the only child of Vincent Taylor. Now on the brink of financial ruin, she's offered a job to ghostwrite her father's last book. What she doesn't know, though, is that this project is another one of his lies, because it's not another horror novel he wants to write. After 50 years of silence, Vincent Taylor is finally ready to talk about what really happened that night in 1975. I have a feeling this is a dual timeline, which is fine with me. I like dual timelines. Then, it's my birthday month, so they gave me one for free, and this is the one that happened to be free. It was the second one in my cart. So, What Kind of Paradise by Janelle Brown. I like that cover, the colors in it. Or something on it. But you see that's really okay. I'm just going to read the first paragraph because this is really long. A teenage girl breaks free from her father's world of isolation to discover that her whole life is a lie. The first thing you have to understand is that my father was my entire world. Growing up in an isolated cabin in Montana in the mid-1990s, Jane knows only the world that she and her father live in. The wood stove that heats their home, the vegetable garden where they try to eke out a subsistence, the books of the 19th century philosophy that her father gives her to read in lieu of going to school. Her father is elusive about their past, telling Jane little beyond the facts that they once lived in the Bay Area and that her mother died in a car accident. The crash propelling him to move Jane off the grid to raise her in a Walden-esque utopia. The back's pretty too. Then I Alice Hoffman's The Invisible Hour. One brilliant June day when Mia Jacob can no longer see a way to survive, the power of words saves her. The Scarlet Letter was written almost 200 years earlier, but it seems to tell the story of Mia's mother, Ivy, and their life inside the community, an oppressive cult in western Massachusetts where contact with the outside world is forbidden and books are considered evil. But how could this be? How could Nathaniel Hawthorne have so perfectly captured the pain and loss that Mia carries inside her? So that's The Invisible Hour. Then I got Take My Hand by Dolen Perkins Valdez. I love that cover. A searing and compassionate new novel about a young black nurse's shocking discovery and burning quest for justice in post-segregation Alabama. Montgomery, Alabama, 1973. Fresh out of nursing school, Sybil Townsend intends to make a difference, especially in her African American community. At the Montgomery Family Planning Clinic, she hopes to help women shape their destinies to make their own choices for their lives and bodies. I don't think I want to read anymore. Anyway, it's not brand new. It's been out for a little bit. And then the last one I picked up is, and it's chunky, The Mayor of Maxwell Street by Avery Cunningham. And this is a beautiful cover too. It says, the year is 1921, and America is burning. A fire of vice and virtue rages on every shore, and Chicago is its beating heart. Nellie Sawyer is the daughter of the wealthiest Negro in America. That's it. I don't like that word, but it's in his hair. Whose affluence catapulted his family to the heights of black society. After the unexpected death of her only brother, Nellie becomes the premier debutante overnight. But Nellie has aspirations. I can't talk. Beyond society influence and marriage. For the past year, she has worked undercover as an investigative journalist, sharing the achievements and tribulations everyday black people living in the shadow of everyday black people living in the shadow of Jim Crow. Her latest assignment thrusts her into the den of a dangerous vice lord, the so-called mayor of Maxwell Street. Oh, you got to read this one because there's two main characters. Born in rural Alabama to a murdered biracial couple, Jay Shorey knows firsthand what it means to be denied a chance at the American dream. When a tragic turn of fate gave Jay a rare path out, he took it without question. He washed up on Chicago's storied shores and forged his own way to the top of the city's underworld, running Chicago's swankiest speakeasy, where the rich and famous rub elbows with gangsters and politicians alike. Oh, she's beautiful. This is the author. I didn't even look at the other. Oh, she's pretty too. I love looking at the author's pictures. I've never seen Alice Hoffman. She's very distinguished. Very smart. All these authors always look smart. And I always think, I want to be an author. But I don't look smart, you know. Is this her first one? Janelle Brown? No, I guess not. I've never read anything by her. She's a best-selling author. and Julie Clark. Little author profiles there. And this is my book of the month. Haul. I want to read The Mayor of Maxwell Street now. I want to read them all right now. But that is my book haul of the books that I've acquired very recently. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me, click that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.